today's knowledge sharing is not enough in overall on safety awareness. This is not enough, but it's a very good exposure and introduction because I try to link as much as I can to the latest regulation that we are having in our country. And this is important because when we talk about safety, it's very much relate to the rules and regulation, okay? Practices. Okay. This is under engineering working environment. So as we know in our country, now we are very much focusing on gender equality. So I strongly believe a female engineer can equally perform as good as a male engineer conventionally. In fact, I have two or three direct and indirect engineers, female, who are working very well to me personally. I'm very much satisfied. Okay. So congratulations on this. I believe our national education, especially under UPM, under Dr. Sheila, is in the right direction. So only thing I'm not that sure, do they out of 30 over students, okay? How many is female, how many is male, but not important. Important is that gender equality, and I give you 100% confident. Female and male can equally perform good in the engineering aspects. Okay, so when we talk about safety, we don't neglect or overlook the health also because both are equally correlated. Okay, safety and health in the industry is a shared responsibility. So how many parties involved? Today I'm going to share with you actually more than two parties, okay, on this shared responsibility. And who are they? Okay, so basically today I try to cover four aspects. Okay, allow me to share in Bahasa Malaysia as well as English. Okay, so mengenal pasti keperluan perubahan perundangan OSHA 2022, Occupational Safety and Health Act OSHA. So it just amended 2022, start enforcement 2024. So it's considered quite new, and there are too many additional things compared to previous Factory and Machinery Act 1967 and OSHA 1994. Okay. So secondly, tanggungjawab pihak majikan and pekerja. So here focusing two, but actually there are three. Three party to share the responsibility. Third, mengenal pasti jenis hazard. When we talk about hazard, we have to focus on HIRAC and SOP. And what is HIRAC and what is SOP? I will share with you later in this 1 hour. Then fourth, last but not least, the tanggungjawab safety and health officer. Who can be the safety and health officer? Basically, you all, okay, inclusive myself. So accident prevention, you see the picture, okay? Okay, a leg, okay, and the kulit banana, kulit pisang, okay? So would you intentionally step on that, or you have found something, then you play safe, okay? When we talk about safety, always we concern about precaution rather than correction. Okay, so precaution and prevention are equally important. Okay, to avoid or minimize the risks facing the accident. So what is accident? What happened when accident happen? Okay, so different type of responses. Somebody say call an ambulance. Okay, for what? Call 911 for what? Evacuate for what? Then somebody shouting on fire or crash or foreign languages, which we are not sure what is talking about. So various responses will take place when accident happen. Some give good response, but some not related. And some would say, oh, I just miss. Or some may feel that, okay, I'm lucky. Who? Okay? Or some would say, almost hit. Nyaris-nyaris berlaku. Okay? Or that was close. Terlalu dekat, tapi tak berlaku. Okay, so an accident, an unexpected and undesirable event, especially one resulting in damage or harm. Okay, it could be car accidents on icy roads, and it could be other conditions. Today, we are more focusing on industry working environment. So an unforeseen incident, unforeseen, unexpected, that is called accident. A series of happy accidents led to his promotion. An instance of involuntary urination or defecation in one's clothing. Lack of intention, chance. Ran into an old friend by accident. Logic, a circumstances or attribute that is not essential to the nature of something. So too many sentences here. In principle, what is accident? Look at the picture. Okay. We talk about hazard. You see the person, the attire, okay, the PPE, the way of working, is it suitable? So you can see from the picture, the person is naked. Okay. Looks like a man, but wearing skirt. Then the shoes also look like not fully suitable. Then when take the file, okay, from the wrong direction, using the wrong approach to take the file. So this person exposes himself to a very high risk working condition that can lead to accident happen easily. And that is called hazard. Okay? So in a very short conclusion, this person look like without any precaution and prevention, intentionally exposes himself to the very high risk working environment. Okay? It can cause harm. Okay? You see, a spill on the floor, broken equipment. So, talking about the risks, I put a dice here. Why? Because risks can be calculated. Okay? Either it's a high percentage, high chances, or it can be minimized. Okay, a measure of probability, kebarangkalian, and severity, how serious. Okay, when we talk about risks, we do factor in probability and severity of a hazard to harm human health, property, or the environment. You see, now we also focus on environment, not only the person himself, but also environment. It's a measure of how likely harm is to occur and an indication of how serious the harm might be. How serious? Huh? So risks definitely not zero. So talk about safety, okay? Freedom from danger or harm. Okay? Safety linkable to generate freedom. Freedom on what? From the danger or any harm. Okay, so nothing is free. Nothing is free means everything we got to prepare in solid, bukan durian runtuh. So safety is better defined as a judgment of the acceptability of risks. This is more accurate and more meaningful to us as a professional in determining the risks. It's a judgment code. You can see. So from here, from this slide, whenever we go to any place, first of all, we see the sign, papan tanda. We see the signboard. Okay. So whenever you see now, whenever you enter any kuliah or any new venue, okay, attending any event, first of all, after our national anthem, the safety officer or the person in charge for the place will come out and show, okay, blah 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 blah. Okay, welcome where. In case anything happen, where is the assembly point? Where is the exit? Okay, follow what instruction. This is something very important because we need this type of awareness. In case anything happen, laluan. Kenal pasti laluan keluar dan masuk. Important. Then secondly, tempat kerja. Tempat kerja serta persekitaran yang selamat. Safe or not safe. So sometimes a normal person, a layman, he can base on the gut feeling. Macam sesuatu tak kena. Because he or she maybe got the experience, but they cannot identify and cannot define, okay, how serious. But we are not. So we are engineer, we have to be very specific. What is the risk and how high is the risk? Okay, good to go in, suitable to go in, or we need any other supporting devices, instrument, equipment, blah, 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 in order to conduct the work effectively, successfully, most important, safely. This is our job. Okay, so kesesuaian lokasi. Ruang kerja yang bersesuai. Sesuai dengan tak sesuai. Melaksanakan tugasan. Then sentiasa peka. You see, so many logo and the symbol. Menghakis, toxic, flammable, inflammable, etc. And most importantly, backup purpose. Anything happen, where is the nearest police station and how can we contact in the shortest time to get the bomber, the supporting secure team, okay, evacuation team, and this is very important. Last but not least, you can see PPE and call 999. So safety and health in the industry. So as I highlight just now, previously before OSHA 2022, it was OSHA 1994. Okay, what's the difference in principle? 1994 only focusing on human. They're fully focusing on the safety on human. Whereas 1967 Factory and Machinery Act, it focused fully on machinery. Maksudnya, okay, meaning 1967, that time, the act only focusing on how important a machinery to have the safety features A, B, C, D, E. Anything happen, have to replace or sent out for calibration, yearly inspection. That was 1967. Whereas 1994, OSHA 1994, different. They focus how important of the human, the responsibility of the employers, sebagai majikan, and the responsibility of the employees, the person who conduct the work. So overall, these two act in different generation, in different decades, not comprehensive in overall. That's why it come out with a better version, OSHA 2022. Okay, they put under amendment. Okay. So this one you can read yourself, the series or the path from 1890, start from the Perak Order until 2022 Akta Keselamatan dan Kesihatan Pekerjaan AKKP Pintaan 2022. Okay, so this one to us is part of the history, less important for today because we only have 1 hour maximum. Okay, so basically these 12 aspects are included in the OSHA 2022. Okay, so this one important. Okay, unfortunately I cannot share in very detail. Okay, in these 12 aspects. So you see, pemakaian, okay, how you dress. Pentafsiran risiko. Important the definition. You have to define correctly first. What is risk? Then kewajiban majikan dan principle. Fourth, what is the right of the employee? Fifth, perkhidmatan kesehatan pekerjaan. Then six, occupational safety and health coordinator. In what situation it come out? Not safety officer, but OSH coordinator. Okay, I will show you later. Keperluan latihan keselamatan dan kesihatan pekerja. Need training, exposure and training practices. Then integrity jentera. What is talk about? Orang pelesen. It's just like a car. When you operate or control a machine, are you licensed or you are just a normal person? So are you allowed? So this factor number 9 actually not included in 1967 and OSHA 1994. No, but now is included and is mandatory. So number 10, kawal selia, pengamal. Somebody need to govern, okay, the person who has the license. Then memperkasa MNKKP. What is MNKKP? It stands for Majelis Negara Keselamatan dan Kesihatan Pekerja. This is also something new, and the committee members' background varies from government servant, private sector, academician, industry players, and regulator. Okay, so important. Peningkatan penalty. Anything happen? Compound. Be frank, slightly out of the topic, but in general, it's related. Law in Malaysia, most of the time, talk about penalty, start from compound, then penjara. You can see most of the case, apa-apa kesalahan dikenakan compound dulu. Wang masuk dulu. Kena compound, diikuti sama ada dan atau. Selalu dikenakan compound atau penjara atau kedua-dua sekali. Always like that. So first thing, pemakaian. Important in overall, the attire must be correct. Okay? The uniform or the attire must be correct. Terpakai kepada semua tempat kerja, except perkhidmatan domestik in the shopping complex or whatever. Okay? Gerai makanan, whatever. Uniform not important. ATM, Angkatan Tentera Malaysia. This is dikecuali. Dan pekerjaan di atas kapal, mariner. Okay? Sailor. Okay? These three not inclusive in the pemakaian. Yeah. So the details is in the Jabra Pertama under OSHA 2022. So those who are interested, you can read. Then what are the industry sectors that are included in this act? Technology, wholesale and retail trades, agricultural, you see, forestry and fishing, financial, property, manufacturing, we fall on this. Okay, engineer under manufacturing, machine, auto, steel, packaging, petrol, paper, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so tafsiran risiko number 2. Peruntukan spesifik kewajipan majikan menjalankan pentafsiran risiko dan laka kawalan risiko di tempat kerja. We have to identify, kenal pasti apa itu bahaya, then analyze, then control. So important, everything we define first, definasi. Kewajipan untuk menjalankan penafsiran risiko dan melaksanakan langkah-langkah kawalan under Section 18B 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So from here, kenal pasti bahaya, analisa risiko dan kawalan risiko. Third, obligation of employer. Apa yang perlu dilakukan oleh majikan kalau gajikan sesiapa untuk buat sesuatu kerja. Keperluan membangun dan melaksana pelan kecemasan. Emergency plan, emergency response plan. Bagi memastikan wujud tata cara atau plan bagi mengurangkan kesan akibat kemalangan yang berlaku. No one can assure, okay, accident risk is zero because risk is not equal to zero, but we can minimize. Okay. Then how about principal? What's the difference between principal and employer? Okay. Employer, orang yang terus gajikan anda di bawah satu premises. Principal is someone that you follow to work. It may not be the place that you are employed, but you are working in other premises. That's why it's so specific that it classify majikan and principal. Because some dispute happened before. Oh, anda digajikan di syarikat A, tapi kerja di premises B. Then accident happened in premises B. Then principal A doesn't want to take responsibility. So who take the responsibility? Now under OSHA 2022, no one can skip and no one can keep excuses. It's not their obligation if anything happen. You see, it's so specific. So to us, it's good. Yeah. So how about pekerja? How about employee, sorry. How about employee himself? Ada juga. Tanggungjawab majikan ada, tanggungjawab principal ada, and tanggungjawab dan hak pekerja sama-sama penting. Okay, So 26A specify clearly. Seseorang pekerja selepas memberitahu majikannya atau wakilnya yang dia mempunyai justifikasi yang munasabah. You see? Mempercayai terdapat suatu bahaya hampir pasti berlaku di tempat kerja, mempunyai hak untuk mengeluarkan dirinya daripada bahaya atau kerja itu jika majikan gagal mengambil apa-apa tindakan menghapuskan bahaya. Meaning to say, you have the knowledge, you have the experience when you exposed to a new working place and you feel that not safe at all with the facts you bring out, then you have the right to excuse yourself if the employer or the owner premises fail to prepare any preventive action on eliminate the risks or eliminate the danger, because you are not only relying on the gut feeling, but you're able to provide the facts. This is not safe. That is not safe. You need this, you need that. But the employer or the principal fail to prepare. Then you have the right not to follow the job, not to start the work, and not to conduct the job. You have the right. Huh? So, perkhidmatan kesihatan pekerjaan. Pengadaan perkhidmatan bagi perlindungan kesihatan pekerja semasa bekerja. Services on the working safety and health. Penggalakan kesihatan dan kesejahteraan di tempat kerja. Pencegahan penyakit dan keracunan pekerjaan. In fact, when we experience the COVID-19, this is also under this act. The only thing is that time not fully enforced yet. Our PKP MCO for 2020 until 2023 year end. Something like that. I also a bit blur already on the actual date of MCO lifted. Okay, because too many things happen. But fortunately, you and you all and me still around. Okay, after the MCO, under the PKP, after the COVID-19. Okay. So melantik OSH coordinator. Ini penting because this is something new and now mandatory. Mandatory, So meaning to say, each and every premises and working place need to have a safety officer or safety coordinator. So how to differentiate when we need a safety health officer and when we need just a OSH coordinator? This is based on, the answer is this is based on number of workers or number of employees in a working place. Okay? Less than 500 need OSH coordinator in general. But if let's say specified by the JKKP officer, by the DOSH officer, even though less than 500 but more than 200, you still need to have safety officer due to the higher risk working environment, higher risk of safety exposure required, then JKKP may have the right to specify and enforce a premise that you cannot just have a safety OSH coordinator, but you need to have a full-time safety and health officer. It can be done. Okay? So, mana-mana premises mengambil kerja 5 atau lebih, then you need a OSH coordinator full-time. Okay? Full-time, not just hanging a name, then nobody conduct or carry out the duty. Okay? Need to be a full-time OSH coordinator. Of course, due to less employee. Be frank, the responsibility of the OSH coordinator is much lighter compared with safety and health officer. Be frank. But working scope about the same. The only thing is the responsibility, okay? Facing the number of people in a group in that working place. Simple as that. So ACTA 514, Safety and Health Officer, you see, after the new act, they also reorientate, reconsolidate, re-regulate the responsibility or the compound of a safety health officer if he or she make mistake in the working place as a safety health officer. Different. Okay. So after pindaan, Section 29(1), section ini hendaklah terpakai bagi apa-apa kelas atau jenis tempat kerja yang ditentukan oleh menteri melalui perintah disiarkan dalam Warta. Okay, gazetted. Seseorang penghuni suatu tempat yang baginya seksyen ini terpakai hendaklah melantik seorang kompeten untuk bertindak sebagai pegawai keselamatan dan kesihatan di tempat kerja. Section 29(4), seseorang hendaklah dilantik sebagai pegawai keselamatan dan kesihatan hanya untuk satu tempat kerja pada satu-satu masa, melainkan jika dibenarkan selainnya oleh ketua pengarah. Normally they don't allow. Dia letak saja tapi normally they don't allow. Meaning to say you have to be full timer. You cannot work more than one place as a city officer. Normally. Uh, so again, I try to expose you all. We as an engineer, we can never run away on understanding and regulated by law. So somebody may say, baca law saja rasa sangat bosan, tidak boleh fokus. Humbly to share with you, whether you like it or not, you have to be mentally and physically prepared. We, inclusive of other profession, doctor, accounting, lawyer, police officer, whoever, cannot run away from law. So when we carry out our duty, we have to follow the law. Okay? So try to make ourselves adaptable, not feeling boring or reluctant to understand about the law. This is very important and humbly reminding from me to all of you. So keperluan latihan KKP, it need to be trained or practice. Section baharu, you see, new 31A, khusus latihan. Menteri boleh melalui perintah menghendaki mana-mana kelas atau perihal orang menghadir khusus latihan keselamatan. In fact, after 24 years, 25 years, I work in the industry, I still need training. But of course, most of the time now, I conduct training and awareness. If I want to renew my license, I need to renew the CPD, just like the professional engineer in IEM and BEM. But of course, I can be the trainer, and most of the time, I can be the trainee. Okay, both are acceptable to my case. But important, training, because by law, they want you to be familiar and understand. Because some, after getting the qualification or the professional competency, they just stay at home. They can do the online trading, e-commerce, but not in the industry. So after some time, they may lose and forget what they have learned. That's why now training and practices are compulsory. for those who wish to qualify and continue to qualify themselves in the specific industry professionalism. So integrity cendera, as I said, 1970, they only focus on all the safety aspects, safety features on the machinery. So now, under this OSHA 2022 amendment, they integrate it, okay? Memasukkan elemen pengurusan integriti cendera, pemeriksaan. You see? Different. The old law only specify your machine to have this mandatory. That's it. But now you need someone to examine and inspect. And the person must be a qualified person, not ordinary person. Okay? So that's why it very much ringable to orang pelesen. Peruntukan bagi membolehkan orang pelesen dilantik menjalankan pemeriksaan. So you want to secure your good future, this could be your option. Jadi orang yang pelesen. Okay? Then kawal selia. Who control and who supervise. This is very important. Okay? Pendaftaran, pemantauan dan accountability pengamal KKP. Okay? Need someone to govern. This is under jadual kelima. Okay? Peringkat 31B. You can read if you are interested. Okay? Then 11. Majlis Negara. Majlis Negara Keselamatan Kesihatan Pekerja MNKKP. Anggota 25. All these in the previous law, not available. But after the new law, yes, because this is important and this is the Majlis, this is the body that govern everything. Okay? It can, okay? Wakil dari majikan 5, pekerja 5, kementerian 5, organisasi peradan profesional lebih 3 atau sama dengan 3, and one must be wanita, gender equality. Then agensi Kementerian Sumber Manusia. Okay, all these agency, then jumlah 22 to 25%. So pematuhan OSHA, what to do? Okay, Section 15 talk about kewajiban majikan. Section 24 talk about kewajiban pekerja. You just remember the section number is enough for today. Okay? Penalty. As I said, kita suka penalty and everything you see start from Ringgit Malaysia first. Okay? So the amount you need not to memorize, but you need to know. Okay? There are penalty and the amount of penalty after revised already increase a lot. Okay? So Malaysia punya law, negara kita punya law, suka compound yang sangat tinggi dan diikuti penjara. Penakutan. So you see penalty from 10K become 100K, 50K become 500K, 50K become 500K. Okay? Penalty if you are employer, not follow the law, kena. If you are employee, pekerja, not follow the law, also kena. If you are the competent, not follow the law, also kena. Then the amount is very heavy. Then tidak mematuhi notice. Supposing you receive notice of action, but you didn't conduct, you didn't follow, also kena. So all stakeholders. So apa itu stakeholders? Orang yang berkepentingan. There's another term, but today I can't remember. It's a very short word that represent the meaning stakeholders. Sorry, I can't remember today. But always we talk about orang yang berkepentingan. Okay, when we talk about stakeholders. So actually there are 3. Employee, employer, and government, the regulator. Okay, so a shared responsibility. These 3 share the responsibility. Okay, matching today's topic because government, they must have very reasonable and practical law that only employer and employee to follow. Otherwise, non-practical law difficult for the employer and employee to follow, especially those regulation and act having the gray area. Okay, important. So risk management, hazard, apa tu hazard, danger, risk. When we always talk about hazard, it's a source of situation with potential for harm in terms of human injury, kecederaan manusia, or ill, kesakitan, damage to property, damage to the environment, or combination. So this is hazard. Apa-apa yang berlaku, letupan, jadikan gempa bumi, bangunan runtuh, pencemaran sungai, okay, kesakitan toksik kepada haiwan, all these are hazard. Huh? So source of hazard could be from the human, method, or machine. Macam saya cakap tadi, tiba-tiba komputer meletup, equipment meletup. Jadikan bahaya kepada kesihatan dan keselamatan. So managing OSH, this is a path. Okay, important. You know what hazard, then how likely it happened. That's why you have to count the risks. How likely? Then what are you doing to prevent? Then are you making the best use of the time, resources of money, and specialist knowledge that is available? Ada, tapi tak guna. Is also another issue. Does everyone know the approach to OSH? Ada OSH. Anything in the organization, they must have OSH coordinator or the full-time officer. So do you, as a maintenance engineer or operation engineer, do you approach the OSH to get full information of a machine or a system? This is important. That's why the assistance or the post of the OSH officer important. And last but not least, will your OSH system continue if key safety people leave your organization? So you are following the law, you follow the OSH manual. That's why whenever in principle, in reality, an OSH officer, when you step into your factory, first thing, they want to see your manual. Okay? Buku panduan. So main concept in OSH, hazard identification. That's why we call short-term HI. Risk assessment. Once you're able to identify the hazard, then you do the assessment on the risks. Then you know how to control. So this is similar as what you are learning HAZOP in university now, but HIRAC is more comprehensive because it involves the control measure. HIRAC. Okay, so main concept, risk assessment, you see, when we do the HIRAC, this one can be 2 days, fully 2 days, but definitely not today, because today only allocate to me 1 hour maximum. So in general, I can share with you when we identify and tabulate the HIRAC, okay, we able to identify, okay, most likely happen, possible happen, conceivable or inconceivable, then the severity, catastrophic, fatal, negligible. So once you likelihood and severity, you time up the factor, you see maximum 5 times 5. So anything fall in the risk 15 to 25 is considered very high risk. Then whether should continue, not continue, what special instrument, what emergency plan you need to have. So all these fall on this. Or, it's a very low risk, 1 to 4 only. Okay, negligible. So can go in. Okay, without any much issue. This is an example. Okay. Yeah. So this is the way we do the identification. Okay. Uh, Working activity. Okay. What sort of working activity in the workplace? Okay. So again, today is more on exposure, because really when we want to learn the hierarchy, it need 2 days. Okay. So after 2 days, you sit for an exam, you able to qualify yourself as the safety officer or the OSH coordinator if your working premises less than 500 but more than 5 packs. Then you qualify yourself to be the OSH coordinator. Okay? So occupational hazard. There are 5 types of hazard. Physical hazard, chemical hazard, biological hazard, economical hazard. Okay? Normally, we talk about economical is more on your sitting style, working style, standing style, and how long you stand, how long you sit, and how long you are lying during the working job. Then important now more and more psychosocial hazard. So again, this involve a lot of knowledge. Unfortunately, I don't have much time for me to share with you today. Something wrong on the mouse. Wait, So assess your risks, most effective and less effective. Elimination, substitution. Elimination means you're able to remove all the risks. Less effective is only wearing PPE. Okay. It can do something on the PPE, but it's a least effective measure on assessing the risks. So I give you example, risk level. You see in the package, the lion with the man, the man trying to feed the food, but unfortunately the man is in the cage. So this is a highest risks. Wearing PPE, okay, give some measurement of safety to the person when trying to work together with a lion. Okay. Ah, Lower risks. The person come out from the cage, but open a small opening, just feed the food to the lion, which is inside the cage. Ah, this is the acceptable risk. In the cage, okay, it has 2 compartments. The lion is in the different compartment. Then the food fit in the smaller compartment with a sliding door. Then for sure, the operator is outside the cage. So with this situation, the operator would never get any direct danger, okay, involving the lion attacking, okay. It may have some danger, but not the direct danger. So again, yeah, I share with you few photo. You see the working place, okay, this working place and this working place, okay. we try to do a fast case study. You see, this is in a office. Okay, in an office, you see the engineer, the software engineer, or the operation engineer try to key in all the data. You see the way he prepare the power plug, the cabinet, a cup with water. Okay, then you see all the things spread over on the table. The cable not properly arranged. Then you see he hang his attire or the uniform in the wrong place. So you see, uh, again for economic, uh, the chair is not suitable. Second, 走，老板。Yeah, thanks. So you can see the second one, second case study, uh, empty boxes. You see the way he take the box, heavy box. Okay, you see the style of taking the box. Then you see this lady officer. You see the skirt. Then you see the wire. So this is similar like the first case. The operator is inside the package with the lion. In addition, lubricant spillage. You see? They expose themselves in a very high danger occurrence and accident can happen easily. This is what we call the hazard identification. So pengurusan komunikasi keselamatan. We need to communicate because it's a bi-direction. Okay? Pengurusan syarikat, then come jawatan kuasa, then section head, supervisor, crew. You see, the supervisor and the crew need to feedback to the supervisor, and the crew and the supervisor and the section head, they have the responsibility to give response to the jawatan kuasa. Jawatan kuasa every 3 months minimum. Law regulate and specify every 3 months minimum to have a safety meeting. It can be more, okay? Within 3 months or less than 3 months, you have the safety meeting. In fact, every month, okay? Every month you have your safety meeting also is encouraged. Okay? So to start up OSH, first you have policy. Second, you need to have committee. Then thirdly, you have the officer, then the management system. So once you have the system, even without the safety health and officer leaving or resignation, waiting for the new officer to come, the system is still there. The committee is still there because committee always more than one person. And important, the company or the premises policy is already well tabulated. Okay. So elements of successful OSH program: management, employees, and the committee. Okay. Management, personal involvement, commitment of time, commitment of resources, important, must keep budget. Employees, awareness, and the cooperation and the willingness to work together with the management or the employer. Then, of course, the committee must play their role, competence, enthusiasm, and concern. So, duty of a safety health and officer, management, administration, notification, and inspection. This is a job for the safety and health officer. Any premises, any machinery registered under DOS need to have annual inspection. Equally, the working place inspection. These are the job of the safety and health officer. So before I end the presentation today, very important for safety, food for thought on the safety and health. You never change your life until you change something you do daily. Very important. Okay. Once you're able to prepare to change, then you can do something. If not, you are not ready to change. And the risk is always there. If it is to be, it is up to me. So whether you want or you don't want, whether you are willing or not willing. So with this, I end my 1 hour talk on safety today. I pass back to engineer Dr. Sheila.
All right, thank you very much, IR Hor. Very insightful and informative, yeah, about these topics. I believe all the students learn a lot from today's talk. Now we open up for Q&A session. Yeah, please, questions from the floor. Yeah, class, please take this opportunity to ask Engineer Hor about this topic or any topics that you think are relevant, especially about OSHA,
Yeah,
SFO, or maybe tips from IR Engineer Hor
I
to
try my
become
best. Yeah,
to
I
become
try my
SFO.
best. Malaysia is shortage of engineer,
Hmm. This is
not our
our future
industry.
engineer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is a comment. I found a comment in the chat box from Nur Azfar. So he said he made a comment on the picture that you showed to us just now. The hazard potential. So he said that the body position he takes the box is wrong. Yeah.
Sorry, which is wrong? Okay, I'm willing to correct it. Which
No,
box?
I think he comment on the picture that you shared with us. I think three before, yeah,
You mean
I think this
this?
one.
This one or this one?
I believe Nur Asfar, do you want to share your thoughts about this?
Hi, Prof.
Hi, Asfar, please.
I just comment about the body position because I think that body position can cause the bad age.
You mean this?
Yeah.
Yeah lah.
Mm,
Fully agree because the working style is not correct. Hmm. This is linkable to economic.
yeah, ergonomic. Yeah, thank you, Asfar, for
Thank you. Thanks for your
sharing.
highlighting.
Yeah, for
Uh,
highlighting,
you
sharing.
think which part I need to improve?
What is the best way to lift
What's the
up
best way to highlight?
the things on the floor?
Because
Maybe he
hmm,
need to apa we said mencangkung first.
Sit properly. Yeah.
Yeah, sit properly uh then baru dia angkat the
yeah.
stuff.
Okay, good. Good to highlight this. This is under hazard.
Hmm.
But in the picture here, in this picture, I only wish to highlight this is a wrong way of doing, this is a wrong way of doing, this is a wrong doing, this is a wrong way of doing. So how to do it correctly, that will be tabulated under SOP, Safe Operating Procedure. First thing, we identify this carries some risks, okay? This carries some risks. So how to work it correctly, then it will be under SOP. Anyway, thanks for the highlighting.
All right.
It shows that you are focusing.
Yes, that's correct. Thank you for taking part
Congratulations. Yeah.
for these activities. Spotting the hazard, right? In the workplace.
Yeah.
Okay, any more comments from the floor?
Yeah.
Okay, another comment from Nurul Wajiha. Between construction and ONG and manufacturing, which sector do you think is the most demanding for Osh and why? Question from Nurul Wajiha to you, Engineer Ho.
Come again. The question.
Between construction,
Construction. Yeah.
ONG and manufacturing,
Yeah.
which sector do you think is the most demanding for Osh and why?
Oh, okay. Good question.
Mm-hmm.
Based on the statistic, this one based on the statistic, those, okay, always highlight the construction sites, okay, carry the highest cases of accident every year. Hello?
Yeah, okay.
Really by comparison, among the three that you highlighted, construction is the one that give
Mm-hmm.
you the highest risks because from the statistic, okay, the accident cases,
Mm-hmm.
construction sites, okay, in the top rank.
Oh, okay. So do you know the percentage of the
Uh,
accidents?
Maybe you can read from the statistic that shown in the DOSH website.
Mm-hmm.
I read yesterday, they only updated until 2023. But
Okay.
the actual figure, I can't remember now.
Mm-hmm.
So you may read yourself.
Roughly how much? The percentage?
Roughly, just a ballpark figure.
Hmm.
Okay, out of that, I think 40% and above in
Wow.
construction site.
Still high.
High,
Yeah.
high.
Okay, so that's mean how about the previous years? I mean the early years like 1960s.
That
Probably the percentage become lower nowadays.
I don't have data, but one thing I would say before the gazetted of the law,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of cases not reported.
Okay.
So it may happen in other industry but not reported.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about reported cases, means it involve the investigation of the safety officer, the DOS officer. So
Mm-hmm.
once you require the DOS officer to inspect or investigate a site, then it become a case. But it doesn't mean that for other industry, it never happened. Okay? I strongly believe in 1960, 1970, many cases that time were not reported,
Mm-hmm.
regardless the seriousness. I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for answering the questions. And then another questions from Joanne. May I ask what's the biggest difference in how entry level and experienced workers handle safety compliance, especially when it comes to having the confidence to speak up about their rights? How do we improve our confidence to defend our rights?
Okay. Okay, come again the question. See how I should answer. I understand the question, but please read again the question.
Okay, may I ask what's the biggest difference in how entry level and
And
experienced workers
okay.
handle safety compliance,
Uh,
especially when it comes to having the confidence to speak up about their rights?
mm,
How do we improve our confidence to defend our rights?
okay, entry level. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
let me answer this way. When we talk about the entry level. Okay, this is on employee. Okay, workers, this is the employee. So hopefully I catch the question correctly, fully. How a worker as an employee to reflect, to give response and feedback through the committee to the management on bringing up all the safety issues. Am I right? Am I right? This is the question.
Yeah, Joanne, yes.
Yes, that's the question.
Okay, good. Okay, you see the entry level, some they may feel that, oh, my education level is lower. What I bring up, the top management may not will to react accordingly. So in the industry practices and safety concern, we need not worry too much about this concern. Why we need to have the safety committee and why the law gazette minimum every 3 months, you need to have the safety meeting. That would be the best time for a person with the role as a worker to bring out all the safety issues. Of course, when we bring out the safety issues, it's good to have the real case study. Okay, meaning to say on what day, what time, involve who, then what type of accident happened. You bring up the issue first. Then you try to qualify yourself, be the committee members. Okay? If you are not ready, then you can go through your representative in the committee members to bring up the suggestion after you bring up the issue. This is one of the way. And from the industrial means, I would say this is one of the most practical way. Rather than writing a flying letter or voicing or what we call viral in the what we call the social media, it doesn't help effectively. The most effective way is go through the proper channel, safety committee meeting. Then it reflect all the so-called the difficulties that you all are facing, if any, okay, to the top management and let the employer and employee both sides sit down together to come out with solution. I will use the word solution, okay? Because any safety measures, we need to have budget. We need to spend. So where to get the resources? Definitely from the employer, from the majikan, but of course use the proper way to implement it. So am I answering your question?
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Any?
Joanne, for the questions. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe this last question from me. Yeah. IR, okay,
Yeah.
what the persons can do once they spot an accident in the workplace? What's the first thing he has to do?
Okay.
Mm.
Good. If we follow this, before the job get implemented, the safety briefing. So if let's say anything happen, okay? Let's say anything happen, this is the one. But before a job is conducted, we need to have the safety briefing. Okay, the safety officer must be there, briefing to their jobs, okay, involving what and how long, whether it's in the open space or in the confined space, and what sort of PPE is provided, and any standby person in the surrounding, okay, communication tools, either by mobile phone, walkie-talkie, or the conventional way. So in case anything happen, who would be the secure team and response team? If the accident that happened is more serious than expected, and at the same time need, okay, the treatment from outside, then this would be the one. So the safety briefing, very, very important. In case anything happen, each of everyone that involved in the job, they know what would be the best way to respond and carry out the emergency plan. Am I answering your question, Dr. Sheila?
Yeah. Fully informative. Yeah,
Yeah.
about what the individual can do
Yeah.
after spotting any incidents, yeah, at the workplace or any places.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay,
Okay.
so I guess so that marks the end of our talk today. Yeah, thank you for your time, Engineer Hor. I
Yeah.
consume more than 1 hour of your time right now, extra 15 minutes. So before we end our sessions, let's take a picture together. Maybe you can stop sharing your slide right now. Yeah, please, guys, turn on your camera. Yeah, turn on your camera. Okay. It's good to see everyone's. Hi, Mr. Shafiq. Thank you for coming.
Hey, Cik Syafiq. Apa khabar? Old friend.
Good.
Thank you for joining this talk from Engineer Hor. Okay, everyone, please turn on your camera. We are going to take picture together with the speaker. Yeah, please be quick, yeah? Hi, Engineer Baisan. I saw you as well. Thank you for coming. So we have IR Hor here today to be our guest speaker. And then please everyone, yeah, Muhammad Haziq Tanesh Manogaran, Shazwani, Amir Hakim. Where is your camera? Arman? Yeah, please turn on, yeah? Okay. Please turn on your camera. Okay, I count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Smile, everyone. Okay. Okay, next. Another page. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Smile. All right. Okay, so thank you for your again, thank you to our speaker, Engineer Hor, for your time sharing with the students about this important topic, and I believe all the students gains a lot today from this session. And then yeah, once again, thank you for your commitment, especially for the students as well. Yeah, and then it's mark the end of this session. Have a good day, everyone. And then you too, Engineer Hor, and everyone who's attending this talk today. Yeah, Mr. Shafiq and then Engineer Vasan as well. All right,
Yeah.
bye.
Engineer Dr. Sheila. All the best to all the students in this paper.
Yeah. All right, bye.